Hello everyone, this is Harsh Singh, your ACCA trainer for the Strategic Business Leadership paper. Now, in this paper, that is your Strategic Business Leadership, I will be talking about a lot of the theoretical terms and not the numerical part. Because in this paper, you have to consider yourself as a consultant, as a chartered accountant, as a manager, or as a director. You are not going to think yourself as a student. So first of all, the very first question that a lot of you might be having right now is when we should give the SBL paper. Now, if I talk about when you guys should give the SBL paper, the very best time is after completing the paper of the audit. Because see, a lot of the terms, a lot of the things that you will be covering in the SBL paper are from the audit paper. So make sure that you have already cleared double A at least, because see, this is the basic things. You cannot start your professional papers even if you have not qualified up till 9. So one of the best thing is that you already have a knowledge of double A. Now, should you be a professional qualifier as well? Should you give with the optional paper first, or should you go with the SBL paper? So I would suggest you guys that SBL is one of the best paper to start with. The very simple reason that I have for the time being is SBL talks more onto the normal parts. So it makes it quite easy for the students to cover everything. That is why SBL could be a very good start for your chapters. So now enjoy the session. If you guys have any questions, feel free to use the comment box and ask n number of questions from me. I'll be ready to help you out.
ACCA Global website. Now, first of all, what are the contents of ACCA paper and how we are going to learn that? We need to understand that part. Before we move on to that part, my name is Harsh Singh, everyone. I am a ACCA affiliate. I have completed all the papers of ACCA and I'm also a BCom graduate. If I talk about the passing percentage for the ACCA SBL students, that goes close to 70 to 80% for my students. And for the normal paper, for the normal students, the SBL passing percentage is close to 50%. So yeah, I got a good passing percentage as well. And I ensure to give you all the things, all the tools that I use in my battle for your SBL paper. If I talk about contents of the SBL paper, see, you have already completed the audit paper, you have already completed the financial reporting. Now, this is a professional paper, first of all. SBL is a professional paper. Okay, SBL is a professional paper, first thing. So the very first thing is that you don't need to learn anything in your professional paper, especially your SBL paper. You don't need to learn anything. This paper is divided into two parts. First mark is a 80 marker and the second is a 20 mark. Now, 80 mark is related to your course and 20 mark is related to the professional skills. 80 marks for the curriculum, 20 marks for your professional skills. Now, this 20 marks, which is a free mark actually, this 20 marks is a free mark that you get in all professional papers. You get this thing in all the P-level papers. Now, talking about this 80% curriculum, for that, you have to come up and watch all the lectures with me. Now, 80% curriculum is again divided into there is a question among the students, is how much is theoretical and how much is numerical. So, to your part, you should be happy to know that 90 to 95% is theoretical only and 5 to 10% is numerical. And when I say the word numerical, it generally talks about ratio analysis and it talks about things like NPV, IRR. Well, you are not supposed to calculate something. You are just generally you'll be supposed to answer things. So it becomes very easy for the students regarding this SBL paper. This is one of the reasons why the passing percentage of papers like SBL and SBR is close to 40 to 50%. It goes close to above 45 generally. It is above 45 to 53, 54. But when I talk about the other two optional paper, it can go as low as 35 as well. Although it is a very high percentage if you compare it with the CA papers. So there are certain benefits that we get as well. Now, the new part that we need to understand is ki how do we go through the topic. First of all, one rule that you all need to follow is have a keyboard. Why I want you guys to have a keyboard is the reason. I understand that you guys have already cleared your normal papers, but still, practice is very important. Having a keyboard rather than typing over your laptop keyboard is much better. The reason is you guys went for the center based examination. Over there, you get a keyboard, and the keyboard of your laptop is way too different from the keyboard of the computer that you guys are going to use. I hope you do remember that you are supposed to write down everything. Now, in the CBE platform, that is computer based examination of this SBL paper, the one thing that you need to notice is you have to type for 100 marks. Now, in the skill level papers, you have to tick mark certain questions. You get 60 marks of MCQ and then 40 marks of your normal. But over here, the scenario is different. Now, you will be required to type down all of the 100 marks. So, first thing that you need to understand is you need to type down 100 marks. So, your typing speed should be good. Yeah, typing speed plays a very important role in your SBL papers. You need to understand this thing and you need to learn it out that how should I increase my typing speed. So if you guys do not have a good typing speed, please let me know in the chat box so I could share my certain insights that I used how to improve your typing speed. Now, first of all, having a keyboard will definitely help you. Second is question is more of a theoretical rather than numerical. And the beauty of the subject is that there is nothing right or wrong. The beauty of this particular SBL subject is that there is nothing right and nothing wrong. Then what is the meaning of giving the paper? You might be getting a question. You put up a point, you say a point, and then you prove that. You act as a leader, you act as an officer. You are not an employee when you are giving a paper. Especially this SBL paper, you are not an employee. You are a top level manager. So you just put out the points. There is nothing right, nothing wrong. You need to give out a point and then you need to prove that point. So this is how you will be writing down your SBL paper. Again, as I told you that this is just an introductory class. We are not going to discuss anything on the topic, what all are there, and we are not going to start the chapter. First class, I want you to keep it light, understand how you guys will be preparing. Now, one question that a lot of students get is that do we need to prepare this whole examination through our study text? I hope you guys already have your captain or the BPP study text, whatever you guys like. Both of them are good. If you ask about my personal choice, I gave all of the papers generally using my captain study text. For this paper, another benefit that you guys get is you are not supposed to use your any of the study text. This is another benefit that we get because we are not supposed to read any book. Although you can go through your pocket notes of whatever subject you guys have. After pocket notes, I will be sharing my own notes. So I will share these my own notes with you guys. That will make it very easy for you to understand and remember, okay, what all that we need to understand. If you just cover these 2 points now and you just watch all the lectures, you are already 40% done. Still, you might think 40% is damn too low. I understand. SBL paper, you need to read. You need to read a lot. If your typing speed is good, you don't need to write down every answer. But if your typing speed is not that good, and if you feel like if your typing speed is not good, so then you need to write a lot. But if your typing speed is good, then it is much better if you just read a lot. Read as much as you can. It will help you to understand the curriculum. It will help you understand what is the examiner asking, and it will definitely help you a lot in different ways. I hope this part is clear to all of you regarding the SBL paper, the very first part. So now in the very first part, we have completed what is the curriculum like. Now, curriculum mein one more thing that is important is that you guys get almost 3 questions in the paper. Okay. Although it is just one case, in the exam you will get just one case. It will be a long case that will be given to you. And one more thing to add on to this thing is you get a pre-exam reading material. So the exam is again for 3 hours, 15 minutes. And you get a pre-exam reading material. You never consider this 15 minutes. This is your buffer time. Always prepare that you are preparing for 3 hours. So you get like a week before you get a pre-exam reading material. Although there's a question again coming to the students' mind, is what to do with this pre-reading material, bhai? You don't need to stress on this alone. Just need to read it once. Read it once or twice. That's it. You don't need to read through this thing a lot of times. It's absolutely of no use, and it's absolutely of no use if you just keep on stressing about this thing a lot. Okay, so you don't need to worry about this thing much. It's very simple, very basic. Just read it once, twice, thrice. That's good enough, everyone. So now I hope this part is clear to all of you, everyone. If you have any question, please let me know right now.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, great. So everyone, yeah. Now up till this, there's no confusion. So we have done what is the curriculum is all about and basic things. Now, one thing to add on to this thing is in the SBL paper, almost 30 to 40 or even 50% of the course, 60% of the course, 50% of the course is your double A plus FR, very basics of FR and basics of double A, not 50, just let's say 30. 70% is your common sense. 70% of your paper is common sense and 30% is your double A plus FR. A part of it is also you can say FN. Well, it's not too strict over here. But what I felt, okay, somewhat related to double A, somewhat related to FR, somewhat related to FM. So 30% I can say. And then the 70% is commons. And out of this 30%, a double A is having the highest proportion. So 27.3%, something like that. 70% is your commons. You need to remember. If you remember things, you are good to go. Again, as I told you, you will get one case. One case, generally there will be 3 questions, 1, 2, and 3. First question, like, no, I'm not remembering that part. So I'll walk you through this thing in the second half of the class. Now, moving to the part where we will need to discuss the syllabus first. So this is the introduction to our syllabus. Now, the syllabus can be divided into few parts. What are these parts all about? So, these parts talk about, and so if you can see it over here, these parts generally talk about leadership, governance, strategy, risk, technology and data analytics, organizational control and audit, financial planning and decision making, enabling success and change management. Then there's a requirement of professional skills and other employability and digital skills. So this is a general topics that you will be covering: leadership, governance, strategy, risk, technology, organizational control, finance and planning, enable success and change management, professional skills. Now, professional skills, so this part almost 80, this only 20. And digital skills, this generally talks about how to use the CB platform. That's it. Okay. So now the curriculum is very simple again. And the curriculum is one of the simplest curriculum that I have seen up till now. So you don't need to stress upon to this thing alone. Okay. Now moving to the curriculum that we have. This is the syllabus. First of all, we have leadership. In leadership, things that we will be discussing are qualities of leadership, leadership and organizational culture. Now, this culture part important. Professional ethics and public code of interest. So over here, ethics are very important. The second chapter that we have is governance. And governance, it is divided into six parts. The very first is agency, then stakeholder analysis, governance and scope approaches, reporting to stakeholders, board of directors, public sector governance. Now, if I talk about topic number A and topic number B, can you please use your chat box and let me know what are the topics that you already know about? From what I personally feel, just tell me whether you know about these things or not in the chat box, everyone. I guess you know about what is stakeholder, what is directors, board of directors, then what is agency theory, you might know. Then ethical code of conduct, this is something that you might know. Leadership qualities is something that you might already know. Guys, can you please let me know if you know about these topics or not? Then moving to the next part, that is more on to the strategy. And when I say the word strategy, it's more on to the future looking plan. So we talk about the concepts of strategy, environmental issues, competitive forces, strategic choice, internal resource. These are the certain topics on the strategy. After strategy, we have finance and planning and decision making. Again, a part of FM. Talk about finance transformation, financial analysis and decision making, cost and management. These are the three things that we'll be covering over here. Now, after that, we have enabling success and change management, enabling success in organizing disruptive technologies, talent management, performance excellence, structural change, and leading and managing projects. So now when I will just give you my notes, I'll start preparing you with the notes. All of these things are already given in very brief. So everything is given in the brief, so you don't need to worry much how do we need to prepare it. If we go through the study text, it is damn too big. You don't need to read each and every page. Rather than if you just watch the lectures and if you just come up in the class on a regular basis, it will make things easy for you. After that, there are certain professional skills which are given. So before moving to the professional skills, now professional skill is something, these five things we will cover in last classes. So you don't need to worry about this thing right now. Now over here we have risk. Risk may we have identification, assessment, and measurement of risk, monitoring and mitigating risk. Then technology, this is again a very new topic and have been asked regularly. So I'm just starting it right now. Cloud, mobile and smart technology, big data analytics, machine learning, e-business, IT system. F stands for management internal control system, audit and compliance, internal control and management reporting. And over here, J part is not that important for you guys, to be honest. So you just don't, even if you don't need to watch it, so that will be fine. So this is what that you will be covering and what we need to cover for the betterment of your paper. Now, if you want to go through the what is all there over here, you can read it out one by one, which can help you understand that what is that you are going to cover in the classes. So it's completely up to you whether you want to read it or not, because if we are going to cover the courses in the coming part of the classes. So as of now, I don't think that you need to read it right now. But if you feel like reading it, feel free to read out this one. So I'm just giving you one page to read out, and after that, we will move ahead with the session. So I'm giving you guys 5 minutes. Read this page just to get a glimpse. Okay, what is all that is given in the study guide. So if I had to just think of certain things, it's like it's a 100-mark question. We get a pre-seen information. Okay, we just need to read it out before the exam. Sorry, we need to read it out before the exam. 100 marks में 80 is what we need to write. 20 is the professional paper, which is again very important. Now we need to read the real case which will be given. Read the case in the exam. Yeah, pre-seen information and the case are two different things. Pre-seen information is the information which will be regarding the case that will be given. Okay, but it's not like it is the same thing. This plus this is what you need to cover. This is available before exam, 2 weeks. This will be available on the exam. Read the case in the exam, then come and read requirements, start planning, and then you need to start answering.